Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. It is the middle of the week, and we are having the most amazing sales week that we have had in a very, very long time. I believe we are over $4,000 for the last 7 days, and that is on eBay alone. We also have been having sales on Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy. It has been on fire. Now, I'm going to talk to you in this video about cross-posting because I feel like I would be doing you a disservice if I did not. Because we made over $300 on other platforms from cross-posting. So a lot of people complain about the price of it. It is worth it. The value is there, and I'm going to talk to you about it after I show you the eBay sales, but before I show you the other platforms. So stick around for that. And I also will be doing a new tutorial video on List Perfectly, which is the cross-posting service I use, coming up within the next 2 weeks because there are so many new features that are absolutely incredible. I want to show them all to you. So today, I have omitted the high dollar sales because I want to show you those next week. And I will tell you, there are some amazing high dollar sales that will be coming up next week. So make sure you watch for that. But today we're going to take a look at stuff between $15 and $50, stuff that is out there for you to find if you're reselling, if you're new. These What Sold videos really give you an idea of what to look for. I learned what was selling by watching videos just like this. And when you watch these, it gets in your head. You're like, oh, wait, Kat sold that. Or, oh, hey, wait, Rod sold that. Whoever you might be watching. And that is what kind of expands your knowledge and allows you to go to thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, and know what to look at and what to pick up. So that is the point of these videos. I'm really excited because our sales are amazing. Today is not. Today's at zero. It happens. But I'm going to show you my sales graph right now, and then we're going to get into a lot of those sales from this past week. All right, here is our sales chart, and how amazing is this? I told you today's a big fat zero, but yesterday, $1,175, $522 on Sunday. Saturday was $94. You have those lows in with the highs, $429 on Friday. Look at Thursday, $1,300. Wednesday, $400. Tuesday was $218. So we are at $3,930 for the last week, close to that $4,000 mark. We are almost at $13,000 for the month. We are up almost 55%. This is what we want to see. So I'm going to show you 18 sales from eBay. Again, I'm omitting the ones that sold for over $50 and showing you the bread and butter, the easier to find ones, and the more common things that you'll most likely be able to find. So let's go ahead and take a look at eBay. Then we'll talk a little bit about cross-posting, and then we're going to take a look at Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy sales. All right, first up is one that took a while to sell, and some of those vintage linens do. But when you turn $1 into 32, I'm okay waiting. This is a really cool vintage Burlington fitted sheet. I did put nature, trees, cottage core, floral, twin size. So those keywords definitely matter and helping your buyers find your items. And this one I bought in an online estate auction. I bought a lot of vintage sheets. I was less than $1 in each. And this one is a $25 profit, but it did take over a year to sell. So keep that in mind. If you don't have much space, this might be something you want to skip. And here you can see the beautiful trees. We do show the measurements, and that is with it folded in half. And this was a really, really great sale, even though it did take a little bit longer. Next up is one that took about 9 months to sell, so a little bit longer, and that is a drip glaze pottery ashtray. I did put mid-century modern vintage cigarette Tobacciana. This one I accepted a best offer of $25. I paid $5, so this one's about a $15 profit. And here you can see it's really a small one. It did have a defect, so make sure if you have cracks, you want to show them. There is a chip on it as well, so that's why it only went for that $25 offer. You can see here it is marked West Germany. I did not choose to put that in my title because I thought that the other keywords would attract more attention. And if you put West Germany in your item specifics, it will still come up if somebody searches for, say, a West Germany ashtray. And this one is a decent profit at 15. Studio pottery is another thing that can take a little bit longer to sell. Next up is another linen item that took about a year to sell, but it sold for full price. So this one sold for $45.49. It is a watercolor art vintage, and it was signed L. Marone. Floral bird tapestry throw blanket. It was 48 by 67. I paid $5 for this at the thrift store. I like picking up tapestries that are pretty and have good prints, but like any vintage linen, it can take a while. So it took a year, sold for $45. I am making about a $33 profit on this one. And here you can see that El Moran signature down at the bottom, and beautiful birds. This is a really, really pretty throw. We do show the back of this one. This one is not reversible. Some of them are, and if they are, I would put that in your title. And an excellent sale at $45.49. Up next was a fast sale, and this was actually the box from Dalton and Brooks Sony PlayStation 5. We will not be selling it anytime soon, and rather than throwing that box out, I listed it and made 25 bucks. So you can see I put Sony PlayStation 5 digital empty box with foam inserts, excellent used condition, authentic. I put gift and set. So if somebody's selling a PS5, they might want to buy this box to increase the value of their PS5. Also, if somebody's buying a used PS5 as a gift, they might want this box to put that PS5 in before they give it to whomever they are giving it to. So those are a couple reasons. I do have you guys asking me, why do people buy empty boxes? That is why. So you can see here, we take the photos of it, show that those inserts are in there. We also left the booklet in there as well. And this one sold in just about 3 months. Up next is a pair of Disney leggings. And I actually just found, I think, another pair of leggings or a shirt that matched this. So these were listed 7 months ago. They sold for a best offer on $20.99. I picked them up for $4 at the thrift store. So about an $11 profit on these. You can see they are size medium, so a smaller size. They do have like Mickey Mouse ice cream, pretzels, cupcakes, and they are just stretchy little comfy pants. And I would pick these up again. They did take a little while to sell, but it was still a good profit. Next up is one that sold very, very fast. I actually picked up a bunch of these Hawaiian shirts. They are Go Barefoot brand. I picked them up for $2 each at a little church thrift store. I do have that video over on my Catch Treasure Hunting if you have not checked it out yet. So I sent out a 10% offer, and this one sold for $17.99 in under a week. I think it actually sold in 2 days. So from $2 into $18, making it about a $13 profit from a $2 investment. So here you can see they are size XL. Very, very good condition on this one, and very, very fast sale. Next up was another fast sale. This one sold in under a month. This is a Burberry London Whiteman's dress shirt, size 17 and a half, was made in the UK. It sold for a best offer I sent out of $31.50. So I want to point out to you guys, all of these new items, I still send 10% offers. I leave room for that, and I make quite a few sales on that. So if you're not sending offers on newer items, I would consider doing so, and I would do 10% because 5% does not catch a lot of people's attention. So here you can see the Burberry London tag. I picked this one up in an online auction lot, and I paid about $5. I didn't pay a ton for these shirts, and this one is about a $20 profit. Up next is some lace, and this lace actually was just listed in January, but I accepted a best offer of $19 because I have one buyer that has bought a ton of lace from me, and the offer came from her. So I decided, since she had purchased so much from me, I went ahead and let her have this for $19. And I am only $1 in. It is still close to a $15 profit. And she, I'm sure, will continue. She's been buying lace from me for over a year. So with the lace, we just show the width of both of the different laces. Watch for vintage lace. I know a few of you have commented that you have been picking it up and been doing well. If you can get it cheap, especially if you could get like a big bag of it, I definitely would pick it up. Next up, this Go Barefoot went to that same buyer for that same $18 and sold just as fast, just a couple of days. So this is a pink and white Go Barefoot. And again, pick these up for $2. Really, really colorful Hawaiian shirts. Some of them sell fast. Definitely check the brands. And I actually think I have a video on Hawaiian shirts that sell for high dollars. So I'm going to post that up top for you guys. Definitely check that out and keep your eye out because some of them can sell very, very high. Another fast sale. So I have been listing quite a bit more here lately. I've been listing between 30 and 40 listings a day. This was another 10% off offer that I sent out for $44.99. And I only paid about $10. So this one is about a $28 profit, sold in under a month. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren silk polka dot. This is just a pocket scarf, little handkerchief. It is not a big piece, and it is a great profit. So watch for your Ralph Lauren. Here you can see it is printed on the handkerchief, as well as having that tag on it as well. Sometimes they're cut off, and they will still sell as long as you can show that Polo Ralph Lauren there in print. And this one was a very fast sale and a really, really good profit. Next up is one that took about 6 months to sell. And this is a Hamilton Beach iron. This one sold for $27.99. That's another offer that I sent out. I picked this up for $5 at the thrift store. So it's about an $18 profit in 6 months. Check irons, because there are actually some irons that sell for hundreds of dollars. And I believe I have a high dollar video on that as well. I try to show you guys if there are things that you might not expect to sell for good money or might be passing up. And you can see we showed the condition of this one. It was used. It was not new, but we did have that original box. And I don't feel too bad to sell in 6 months. Up next are some Hallmark ornaments. We did lot these up in a set of 3. These were listed back in December, and I sent an offer of $34.99, and they sold, and I am only $3 in. So these are still a $28 profit, even with giving that big discount. So we say this all the time on our podcast, but I want to make sure you guys know you make your money on the buy. So buying low is what allows you to make more profit. So we lotted the 3 up to get a higher sales price. And this is actually the second set of these we have sold. We still have 3 more sets left. I bought these in an online estate auction. Again, $1 in a piece. So $3, and these sold in 4 months. Another really, really fast sale. This sold in under a month. This is a Michael Kors brown dust bag. It's a big one. It's 19 by 16. I got it in an online estate lot for $1. Sold very fast for $18, making it about a $15 profit. So watch for dust bags. They're in online estate auctions. They're at estate sales. They're at garage sales. I have not found any at thrift stores, but I'm sure they are in some thrift stores. And really, really, really fast sale and great profit on something very easy to list and ship. Next up, this Pokemon took about 5 months to sell. This is a TCG Pikachu V-Powers 5 booster packs. This was a new sealed box, sold for $43.99. I don't know what my ex paid for it. It was left in my house. I sold it $43.99, and I will take it because it's pretty much all profit. So I figure about 20% for my eBay fees, which would be about $8. So I will be getting $35. Up next is a name you need to know, and these shoes sold very fast. They sold in under a week. These are Bionic Relax women's orthotic slippers, size 8. They did have an adjustable strap. They sold for a best offer of $35. So somebody actually sent me an offer of either $20 or $25, and I was like, hey, these were listed less than a week ago. I'm sorry, $35 is the lowest I'm willing to go. And they accepted and bought them. So these are actually from a lot I got from Shannon, who is one of my employees. She used to resell, and she still has inventory, so I have been buying some of it from her. I'm about $5 into these, so these are going to be about a $23 profit. Again, under a week. If you do not know Bionic, definitely learn it. It is a brand that I pick up regular, and I have known about this brand for a few years. Definitely, if you can get it low cost, I would pick it up. Next up is a pair of pillowcases that took about 6 months to sell. These are two, I put Blooming Wildflowers Cottage Decorative throw pillow covers. They weren't branded, but they were so pretty, and I picked them up for $2. They sold for a best offer of $17.49, making them about a $12 profit in 6 months. Not too bad, and pillowcases are pretty easy to photograph, list, and ship. So definitely something that I look at quite a bit. Up next is another set of lace, and this actually went to a different buyer, not my regular one, but this one took a year to sell. So some of it does take longer. This one sold for a best offer of $17. I paid that same $1 for this, making this one about a $14 profit. And I did not measure the length of any of these. This one did say it was 24 yards though, and had not been used. So if they said on them and they didn't appear to have been opened, I would put it. Otherwise, I didn't put links on the lace. So I wanted to point that out just because I think the time that it would take to measure the lace isn't worth what it ends up selling for. So this one was a good sale, but it took over a year. Last up for eBay is this Givenchy empty box. It's 12 by 9 by 4, sold for full price, but took a year. And I will post my box video up again for you guys. I got so many boxes for less than $1 each. I filled up a U-Haul truck with designer boxes. It was absolutely incredible. And this one is close to a $28 profit for an empty box. So watch for empty boxes. You saw we sold the PS5 box earlier. Name brand ones sell as well. And this one took a year, but it is a really, really good profit. Now, this is going to be the last item for eBay. I'm going to come back on screen and just talk for a short time. I'm not going to talk a long time with you guys, just a short time about cross-posting before I show you the sales from the other 3 platforms. All right, so really quick, I really do not want to take up a ton of your time because I am going to do a dedicated video to this within the next week or 2. But if you're not cross-posting, whether you use List Perfectly like I do, or you use another service, or you can manually do it if you don't want to pay for a service, do it. Okay, over $300 in sales in the last week on other platforms from cross posting. So List Perfectly, the plan that we have, costs about $99 a month, and it creates listings for us from photographs. We just take the photos, it creates the title, it does the description, it makes the specifics. They have listing party. You can hang out every morning or any time of the day with other resellers. This can be a lonely profession. That is an amazing benefit. They have auto delist, which takes down the listings from the other platforms when they sell. They, of course, are a cross posting service, which I didn't even mention, but there are so many other benefits to List Perfectly besides cross posting. It saves you tons of time, and time is money. So if you would like to try it, you can get 30% off your first month with my code. My code is the Nurse Flipper, all capital letters, no spaces. Try it. It will pay for itself. I guarantee you. Dalton, do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Dalton would like to say hi. I was like on my soapbox there for a minute. So try it out. Try it out. I'm telling you, it will pay for itself as long as you utilize the services. I will get you that video within the next 2 weeks. And now I am going to show you sales from Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy. All right, so first sale on Poshmark is this vintage 1999. It's new old stock, still sealed in the plastic, limited edition Wizard of Oz tin lunchbox and thermos. And this one sold for $25. I'm about 5 in, so it's about a $15 profit. And we'll take a look here at the photos. And this was the only new sealed lunchbox out of the lot that I got. And here you can see it is in immaculate condition. Most of them that I got were pretty rusty. So here you can see they limited this to 19,000, which is a really high number when it comes to limited editions. If I am looking at them, I try to pick up ones that have less than 500, but this came in a lot, so that is okay. And just know that a very wide variety of items will sell on Poshmark. Next up is this giant spoon and fork, and this one sold for $29. Payout on this one was about $20. I picked these up for $5, so they're about a $15 profit. They are giant. They're 27 inches. I did put oversized country cottage, and here you can see nothing overly spectacular about these. They were at a garage sale and pretty good price on them, I feel, for $5. Look at these with the tape measure. They are so big, and these sold over on Poshmark. Up next, if you know me, you know about my cup obsession, and you might also know I'm a big Gator fan. Go Gators. We did win the National Basketball Championship. And this is an FSU corksicle. If you don't know corksicle is a pretty expensive brand of tumbler. So this one sold for $25. Payout was $20 on this, and I picked it up for $5. So $15 profit is not bad on a little mug. And this one was brand new in the box, had never been used. So really great deal on this one. And this one took about 2 months to sell, so it was pretty fast. All right, up next is a set of Doctor Who BBC Police and Public Call Box pillowcases. These sold for $17. So when you get under $20 on Poshmark, the payouts go way down. So payout on these was $11. I only paid $1 for the two, so I'm okay with that. It's a $10 profit. Just beware, under that $20 price, it's going to feel like a pretty steep fee from Poshmark. And here you can see these with the public call box and police. And there is that BBC tag. Keep an eye out for Doctor Who stuff, though, because there is some Doctor Who stuff that can be very valuable. All right, I wanted to show you another pillowcase. This is another $16 into 10 after the fees, but again, paid $1 into 10 I'm okay with. This is a single Disney Happy Halloween pillowcase, and I wanted to show you these because they really are so easy to list and ship. And again, $1 into 10 is not a bad profit. You get enough of those, you're going to be making pretty good money. All right, we are jumping over to Mercari, and our records have mainly sold on Mercari. This is a Beastie Boys Check Your Head remastered 180 gram vinyl audiophile quality. I accepted a best offer of $42. I paid $3 for this, so it's about a $35 profit. It was listed in December, so about 4 months to sell. And here you can see we do zoom in on that 180 gram vinyl audiophile quality. Here is the back. And we did zoom in to show the titles of the songs that were on the album. And really, really good sale. Took 4 months. And again, our records, if you have records, I would definitely list them over on Mercari. Next up is a Columbia men's fleece jacket. I wanted to show you guys these because they used to sell for a little more and the value has kind of went down. So I accepted a best offer of $15 on this one. I picked it up though at my dollar clothing thrift store. So it's still about an $11 profit, but it took a while to sell and it didn't sell for that much. So be careful picking up Columbia. And here you can see it is a fleece. This is just a plain black. It is a size medium, what's just smaller. I do have better luck with the bigger sizes. Also with Columbias that are in conjunction, like with a team maybe, those can sell a little bit better as well. Last up on Mercari before we move on to our final platform, which is going to be Etsy. This is a vintage boho hippies 70s Wamsuta fitted twin sheet, purple, blue, green mod flower. I accepted a best offer of $20 because I did have it for about a year. Now, I want to point out, it says it was posted on February 19th, and I'm telling you, I had it a year. So there is a great service now with List Perfectly that's included that will end and relist your Poshmark and Mercari items, which I have noticed makes a big difference on Mercari. So for this sheet, we just show the close-up, we show it folded, and then we also show the tag. So $20 sale, about a $14 profit, but it did take a year. All right, we are moving over to Etsy, and 2 of the 3 Etsy sales are amber, and all of the sales are jewelry. So if you have vintage jewelry, I think Etsy is a great platform to sell it on. This is a vintage natural Baltic amber necklace with gold tone clasp, sold for $39.99. I paid about $5. So this one's about a $27 profit, and it sold in under 2 months on Etsy. And you can see here, we do show it on the necklace stand. We show the clasp close up as well as the necklace with a ruler. It is a 22-inch. And we also show the weight of amber because amber, people do care about that weight. And this one was an excellent sale and pretty fast. Next up is a pretty simple pair of little dangle amber earrings. These sold for $24.99. It does say vintage amber dangle drop earrings, sterling silver chain, and ball studs. And I only paid a couple dollars for these. So these are actually about an $18 profit, listed the same 2 months ago on Etsy. So pretty fast sale. And you can see these are very, very simple earrings. They did have their original vintage backs, which was pretty cool. Very, very lightweight. And this one was also a great sale. Next up is a Malure Italy. I love finding Malure Italy, and I find it a lot in sterling silver online estate auction lots. This one I'm about $5 in. It sold for $39.99. It is a Bismarck link, and this one sold on Etsy in about 4 months, so a little bit longer. Really beautiful, beautiful link. And I love finding Malure. So here you can see the 925 Malure. And again, it is in a lot of online estate lots that I get. I get quite a few pieces of Malure, and it has sold very, very well for me. All right, that was everything. I hope you enjoyed. We've had some really amazing sales this past week. I hope that it continues, that hopefully that zero goes away today. I do not like having 0 days. It does happen though, even to sellers like me that have thousands of items in their store. It still happens. So the only thing we can do is keep pushing, keep listing, and the sales will come. As long as you are buying good quality inventory, they will come. So I hope this video has helped you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or email thenurseflipper@yahoo.com. Do not forget, our members only listing reviews are tomorrow night, and that's for only the $1.99 membership. You can post your eBay listings, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, whatever you want. I will take a look at them, give you some advice if there's stuff that I see. Some people, I don't see anything. They have absolutely amazing listings. But if I do see something, I will let you know to hopefully increase your sales. So again, you can click join below any video, and it will tell you about the different levels of membership. I really do appreciate you watching. I hope the rest of your week is absolutely wonderful, and I will see you on the next one.